And
Oh,
also,
we're halfway through a Gladiators conversation.
Gladiators is back. That's right. No, it doesn't have the original people in it. It's got, because they'd be old as balls now, wouldn't they?
That's why it would be funny to me.
Like
Because
Wolf
I
was
bet they would
about
still
60
smash
anyway.
up regular people.
Can you feel the power of the gladiators?
No, should I?
Yeah. I don't know what the second line is though, so I can't really follow up on that.
Feel power.
I would like to have like a medieval version of the gladiators where everyone's like knights and stuff. And then the theme song would be all mandragilly. It would be like, "Canst thou feel the power of yon gladiators?"
All
Great.
of the challenges be exactly the same.
Yeah. Don't fall into the village shit pond.
I think they should make it like the movie Gladiator, put everyone's families at risk and have lions.
It would certainly inspire them to do well, wouldn't it?
We might have to film it in a different country.
Yeah. Oh no, do what they did with, do you remember Fort Boyard?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could get away with whatever the fuck they wanted in that because it was like it wasn't in anyone's territorial waters. So it was like bollocks to it. Let them get eaten by a lion.
Right, we'll invest in Splitbank for secede.
Sorted.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this show.
Welcome. Hello.
I'm gonna pour my beer because I'm thirsty, and it looks
Yeah.
nice.
I tried a clever thing. I don't know if it'll work because obviously I haven't poured the beer yet. It's in the Yeti, so maybe the can stays cold.
It will. I think it will work. I think it will. Also, I kind of want that Yeti. Is it time for me to have another Yeti mug? Maybe.
You've got this one, haven't you?
No, I've got a tall tumbler. I haven't got a tall boy with a handle.
I mean, you never need a reason to buy more Yeti, do you?
I've got a short, fat one with a handle, which is probably the same volume.
Probably. But this one looks like a tankard. Although I'm not using it today. I'm using this, obviously.
No, it's just for installation. Anyway, I ordered because we really like the Fort Lauderdale.
We did. So much so that it's second best thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. I tried to get some from Neon Raptor, and they took the order, but they just sent me apparently whatever random beers they had. So, but this one I did order legit as well, and it is, get in front of my face, Hydra Fight. Because the can's called, it's still classical Greco myth with a chap fighting a Hydra.
It's 10% pineapple and passion fruit and mango imperial fruit Josie.
So this is 4 stubbies then, pretty much.
Pretty much. Oh, now I've got a surprise for you. It's a good surprise. You know how you couldn't find Fort Lauderdale anywhere, and it doesn't exist, and it's because it's a seasonal beer, so they don't do it anymore.
They took the order.
Yeah.
It was on the order form, but they didn't. Rather than ring me up and say we haven't got any, they just said have some of these severed islands instead.
Which are good. They're sour. They're good sours. Anyway.
Also, they gave me big boys for some of these cans. I don't think I ordered big boys. So
that's true. We
got them anyway.
But I went on a little bit of a hunt because I'm a little bit obsessive, and nowhere had Fort Lauderdale. No one had it. There's no guy. No. Apart from one site which had 2 cans in stock. Oh yeah, that is right. Yeah. Yes, we should have balloons for this.
Oh, fine. Zoom, leave me hanging.
But
I might actually give in and turn this on.
Yeah, go for it. But this particular site, right? You could only order. You had to order like a case of 8 or a case of 10 or whatever. You couldn't just order 2 beers. So I've ordered us. They've all come to one place. You'll have to come around and get it. But I've got us a couple of Fort Lauderdales, and then I've gone sour. So we've got like some more interesting big boy rando brewery sours to try.
Have you tried the Hydra?
Good Lord. Oh, that just keeps being sour.
It's sour, and you've ordered us a whole bunch more sour, and it's good because I like sour things.
Wow. Well, that's tasty though. It doesn't taste.
I like it.
It doesn't taste like 10%, does it?
It might do once you get past the sourness.
That is sour.
That's sourer than Fort Lauderdale.
It is. And it's got that thing where most sour beers, they're sour, and then it's like, hey, you good. But this is sour with legs.
It keeps on giving.
Keeps being sour. Oh, that's good. I like that.
It is good. and it's got a good can. I've got good feelings about this beer. Do we? Do we?
Same brewery. We got good vibes for that brewery, I think.
I'm enjoying Neon Raptor.
And at least one of the other sounds I found is also from them. So,
Hey. Um. Right. You find the spinny wheel.
oh, got it. Got the spinny wheel. Got it. Right.
I will confirm what the best and worst things in the world are if my browser's gone all weird.
They didn't change from last time. They are
Ever.
still the
I'm
things.
old enough to lose memory. The worst thing that in our universe of things we've rated is Lost Guava, which is Lost Lager Guava, but that's how it's called. Do you reckon they didn't call it lager to boost sales?
What they thought it'd fool gullible real ale fans.
Yeah. Anyway, it sucks. The best thing in the universe is still Wingman, whatever the correct pronunciation is. Wingman's probably more inclusive.
Wingmen, yeah, wingmen.
Wingman.
Because you know could be wing lady. Although I'm
Exactly.
pretty sure.
But if you say wingman, you're just making that is a word in itself, and it's not
Well,
about.
and that looks like a dude eagle on the can, I think.
It really does look like a weagle.
Yeah. Should we spin the wheel?
Yeah, because I'm excited to see if it's going to be more controversial. Although our friends did take umbrage at some of the ratings
Oh,
last
yeah,
time.
no, we have some apologies to make before we spin the wheel.
Did we?
Yeah, sort
I
of.
don't remember agreeing to an apology.
Yeah. So orcas are not whales. So
Yes,
we
they are. No, they are. They're a toothed whale.
apparently they are one of the great whales, but they are also sort of not whales.
They are whales. All of them are whales. They're toothed whales. There's two families. You got the baleen whales and the toothed whales.
Okay.
They're all whales.
So it's
Because you'll notice
okay.
that the person who corrected me didn't actually respond when I pointed that out.
So it's all right that we included them as part of what we were rating.
Yeah. In fact, if there was a family of whales we missed, it was the baleen whales. Because I think we only spoke about toothy whales.
Name me a baleen whale.
Blue whale,
We definitely talked
humpback
about
whale.
blue whales. We talked about the big blue whale, didn't
Oh,
we?
the big one in the museum. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to apologise. I stand by our rating of whales, and I'll
Okay. In which
modestly,
case,
politely disagree with anyone.
I can't remember exactly who it was, but I'm going to say, "Fuck you, Summers. You're wrong."
I don't think it was Summers. He's our
Yeah.
only viewer.
But
Uh,
yeah. So fuck you, Summers.
Mr.
Whoever it
Summers
was wrong.
of Oxfordshire, I'd like to apologise for the remarks just made by my colleague on this show. Please remain our viewership.
We love you. You are 100% of the people who watch this show.
No, 200%.
He's not that fat.
Mr. Summers. Once again, I'd like to apologise for the comments made by my co-anchor on this show.
But there is another
My
apology.
wing anchor. My wanker.
Your wanker. Or
No, not my...
wanker.
No, that's not as funny as I hope it's going to be.
Co-wanker works too. Co-wanker.
Yeah, him.
Me.
Um,
But I do have to make an apology as well.
you do.
I do. I said some things about millennials that I no longer consider to be true. Mostly because I was getting millennials and Gen Z confused. So millennials, you do have good jobs. You mostly don't live with your parents. You've got a good life and you've worked hard for it. Gen Z, on the other hand, you are not special and you're work shy. Get a job.
I feel you haven't so much apologised. There's not a net apology there. You've just taken your offence and pushed it to a different cohort.
I have. It's the snowflakes I was thinking of. And the snowflake types, there are probably many, many, many Gen Zs who are working hard, but
That label has been cast at the millennials.
has it really? Is it really?
Yeah. It's just it started millennial thing maybe 10 years ago. People were being mean to the millennials, and now they are all grown up.
Okay, probably right. I think most Gen Z are probably all right. But if I was to think about work shy snowflake types now, I would probably be thinking of Gen Z. So apologies to the millennials. It was not you I took umbrage with.
I don't think they're work shy. I think there aren't many good jobs.
Little from column A, little from column B.
I like how we've got a good cop, bad cop thing.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes we should try you being the backup.
Oh, that'll come out, I think, in the more political side of things.
Oh yeah, yeah. Only because I can't be the bad cop in that situation. Not allowed.
No, you can't be any cop in that situation.
God, I have to say things like other political opinions are available. I have to be that guy.
If you've got small print, warning, other political viewpoints may apply.
Yeah, yeah.
Spin the wheel.
Yeah, and also last thing, there are 4 new entries on the wheel since last time.
Yeah, but no one read all the entries.
I have because I had to put them on the wheel. So the new ones are Alan Lee, as in his work on Tolkien stuff. Indeed. Cable ties, duct tape, and WD-40. And I can only assume the person that suggested those last 3 is planning some kind of murder and wants us to justify it. Yeah.
I like all those things.
They're on the wheel. We might end up talking about them.
Spin.
Speaking of the wheel, let's spin the wheel. Right.
We're 10 minutes or so in. Come on.
Okay. Share. Can you see the wheel, Carl?
I'm looking at where it's over here.
Sweet. I'm going to spin that wheel. You ready?
Yeah. Who calls stop?
It just stops. It's magic. Yeah. But I'm not going to be the one that says what it is because I preempted it a bit last time. So you can say what's turned up as.
I hope it's Darnell. No, wait. We need to know more about Darnell before we get Darnell.
It goes. It comes. It's
still going.
Oh. This one's going to be spicy.
Huh.
Yep.
It's Top Gun Maverick.
Okay. Second up on the wheel.
Have we got the places where we live on there?
Yeah.
I think we should remove certainly mine.
I mean, we have already said them before.
Yeah, but still.
Oh, okay. Next up.
England. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And finally.
You removed England. Oh.
I did. Finally, we have. Ooh, okay. All right. You have to say it.
Oxford. Oh, are you gonna?
Am I gonna?
It'll be recorded. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh no, it's I do clever cropping things with the wheel. It's all good. Yeah. I'll fix that in post. Anyway,
we are going to rate Hydrofight, the beer. We're going to rate England, Oxford, and the first thing that I already forgot.
It was Top Gun Maverick. I believe
Top Gun Maverick.
You may have forgotten that because you also probably forgot most of the film because it's not. That's why it's on there. It's not one of your favorites.
It's a good film.
Oh, well, let's get into it. Because it's the first one up. My problem with your problems with Top Gun Maverick are, I think we both agree, the first Top Gun, brilliant film. Love it. Great. Excellent film.
Yes.
I think Top Gun Maverick is up there with it.
No.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
So my beef.
Yeah.
My main beef with Maverick. Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, we're saying that your wife, as in so many things, feels the same way about this as I do.
She loves it. It's a good film. It's like in no way is it bad. It's an amazing film for the flying.
Sometimes we just talk about it on WhatsApp while slagging you off. It's great.
It's fine. It comes out on this show. Anyway, no, there's a lot about it that's phenomenal and awesome and groundbreaking. Like their collaboration with, I think it was the Navy, wasn't it? For the F-18s and flying in the actors up on the planes. Awesome. All that's awesome. The beef with it is that they have these huge emotional moments that they've not shown you the relationship before. It's like, I'm so sad you're super ill and stuff, Mr. Admiral, Mr. Kilmer, because of all this amazing long friendship that we had. But they didn't.
It's implied.
Each other.
It's implied.
Hands, even though Kilmer killed Goose.
Kilmer did not kill. Oh, wait. No, he totally did.
Flies his F-14 in front in a very naughty band out of like control maneuver.
Fucks up the air with his jet
spin. They crash. Goose dies.
I was
Maverick
totally
hates
Goose's.
him for a little while, justifiably, and then they go on a combat mission. After he's like, "Oh, give me a cuddle."
Wow, he did kill Goose.
He
Damn.
did.
Yeah. Which means some serious stuff must have happened in the 40 years between the films for them to
Which
become
is
such good friends.
which is not shown,
Would you
so
want do you
that the
want a
scenes
prequel?
don't have emotional impact.
Do you want a Maverick prequel, which is just 2 hours of like
No, I want Top Gun 2.
just like the Queen song "You're My Best Friend" playing on a loop with them like at ball games and like going around each other's houses for barbecues and being at each other's weddings. Oh, you're my best friend.
And fighting alongside each other, saving each other's lives. At some point, Kilmer going, "I'm really sorry. I totally offed Goose. I felt bad about it forever. Can you ever forgive me? I'm a different man now. I've done all these things."
I don't think we need to see that. I think.
Instead, he says, "I'm still the best pilot," and Maverick goes, "No, I'm the best pilot."
Oh, and then they have some kind of pilot off, and that's the basis of the movie.
And he's like, "Don't make me fight you. You can't because you're super sick."
Yeah, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Uh-huh. So it's not the production of the film. The acting's phenomenal. Everything is great. It's just it lacks emotional weight because you've not been shown the story before.
My
And
take
the
is
love interest. Oh, by the way, this one random chick who I think is in the first movie, we had a whole thing for a very long time.
she's the admiral's daughter that he does stuff to. That's mentioned in the first film.
Who was apparently his true love.
My take. I don't think you need to see all that stuff. I think there's enough of a shorthand that they've earned from us because of the quality of the first film, right? That you don't need to see the whole blossoming and changes in Mavs and Iceman's relationship, right? You don't need to see the from what I understand, like at least 2 or 3 times when he's like fucked and run the admiral's daughter. He's like been there and then he's fucked off. That is not okay because they've obviously got a history as well. That's not just what's mentioned in the first film. So I don't see that, but I can like I understand what that is. Goose's son, Rooster, probably Rooster. I think it's Rooster.
It's your
Anyway,
favourite film. You should
um,
know.
Miles Teller. I don't need to see like the whole him growing up with Mav as an uncle, and then Mav doing the whole oh no you can't pull in his papers, so he couldn't join the Navy
What a
because
dick.
Meg Ryan wanted him to. It wasn't his fault. It was Meg Ryan's fault.
Wow, there was something about the delivery of that I didn't like.
She's dead. I didn't need to see it. I just need to know it had happened. And then,
No, that was it. Actually, no.
and then
my problem
massive
there,
planes.
the planes were awesome. But my issue with the pulling the papers thing was that actually I preferred it if it was Maverick. Because whilst I wouldn't agree with doing it, it would be him making a mistake.
I like the honor behind it, though. Like the fact that Meg Ryan, whose character probably had a name, Mrs. Goose, she was like didn't want to lose, I guess, another family member to Iceman. And so
The worst flyer in the fleet.
motherfucker, damn you, Kilmer. Didn't want to lose another family member to that. So she was like, "Oh, Mav, I don't want him to join." And so Mav pulled his papers, but Mav never told Rooster that it was Mrs.
Yeah,
Meg Goose who'd asked him to do it.
that's my beef with it. It's like Maverick never makes a mistake. Apart from in the first, early on in the first movie, he's then becomes infallible. And even when it could be a mistake, he's like, "Nope, someone else asked me to." He's a very old pilot at this point, and he outflies a bunch of young people with some very high G maneuvers.
Is a badass in this film.
Right, on the 10G pull up, there should have been a bunch of crunching as his osteoporosis kicks in, and he's just a jelly blob in the seat.
As he gets out of the plane after landing, they just hand him a walking frame.
No, they open a vent on the bottom, and he's just like, oozes out.
Yeah,
What else?
you're not going to convince me on this one. I don't need the emotional baggage spelled
You
out.
do because everyone was saying to me, "Oh, it's so emotional."
It
It's
is
not.
emotional. Like, it's emotional without that. I don't need to see what I need. I can be told through the story what happened, and then you can get the emotional payoff. Like Val Kilmer's dead. Spoilers, but it's been out for a while. Dead. And then he goes and he's really sad at the funeral, and that's like I'm sad at that. I've been to funerals.
Wait,
That's
he's
it's
not.
tapped in. He's not
He's not
actually.
actually, is he?
He's not actually dead.
No, great.
But the point is,
I like that Kilmer.
it's tapped into shit that I've already experienced. Like I've been to funerals. So when he went to a funeral of his mate, I was thinking, well, that sucks. And a little bit of me was thinking, what if that had been me and Carl? What if Carl had died? I'd be really sad.
No, because one of us is Goose.
Are we? Who's
Yeah.
Goose?
So this,
Right.
who's Goose? What the fuck? Oh, between us two. Sorry.
No, I don't know who Goose is. It's Anthony from ER Man.
But like, let's say we're flying.
Daniels? Not Daniels.
We're flying. I'm Goose. Someone.
Are you taking the bullet and being
I'm
Goose?
taking a bullet. Someone
All right.
screws up, flies in front of us, crashes our plane. I'm dead, and
Right.
you become best buds with him.
Well, you're right. That would be pretty dark.
I've got
It would
kids now.
show it would show great depth of character. You know that I can forgive.
You forgive him.
Hmm?
Uh, I think about 24 hours after I'm dead. You give
Yeah,
him a
but
big old cuddle on the head.
he flew a sweet combat mission with me though. So
He didn't. He turned up at the end, shot down a couple of guys to save you. I think is how it goes, isn't it? Like you've done all the work.
oh maybe yeah. I did
That's
wig out a bit in that last combat mission though. I did have a whole moment though. So I'm not infallible.
like you had the moment when we crashed and I died.
Yeah, that's true. I did have a moment there.
Now you make Zoom calls to an empty office.
Yeah. I want to see you play Goodness Gracious Great Balls of Fire. I want to recreate that scene. I want to go somewhere that's got a slightly out of tune upright piano.
It's got to
And
be really out of tune because I
yeah, so
can't
it's
play
like
a piano.
dong 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 dong. And I want obviously in this scenario the wife Sarah can't be there because I'm an unmarried man.
Wow, you getting a really inappropriate thumbs up today.
But Sam would be there because she'd be the Meg Goose of the situation, and you can pick your favourite child, and they can be there as well.
I'm really enjoying the Hydra fight.
It's lovely, isn't it?
So we should rate Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, well, no, we don't. We don't yet, do we? We don't.
Oh, we do it at the end. Oh,
Already,
you and your rules.
we look at the three things, we rate them against each other, and then at the end we slot them into the
Let me
thing.
think where I'm going to put it.
Um,
Yeah, there works for me.
we're gonna there's gonna be some serious compromise. I already know Top Gun Maverick is not going to go anywhere where either of us want it to be.
I think you're going to be surprised because I think you've judged me unfairly.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Does this mean I have to stop making mean jokes to your wife about your distaste for a really good film?
No, you can. My beef with it isn't that it's not a great film because it is a great film. Like the flying, all of that stuff, phenomenal. And
Because
if
I
you love the
really
action
like
movie,
making jokes about you behind your back with your wife. It's
it's.
it's
I
it's
know you
one of the
keep hitting
things
this
that
point.
just it lightens up my day. It really does.
Look, I'm slowly replacing you with your wife as my best friend. So
That's true. That's
yeah,
true. Yeah, she plays more Baldur's Gate with you than I do these days.
it's true. And she makes crude jokes.
She makes you banana bread.
She makes me banana bread. You've never made me banana bread.
I've never made you banana. She doesn't make me banana bread.
Anyway,
Anyway,
uh,
well, that was Top Gun Maverick. What was next?
England.
England. Well, damn. That's
That's
a
a.
broad and touchy subject.
It is. Like what are we? What context are we like in the modern world? The entirety of England's existence.
I can give you some context for why it's on the wheel. I
Who
believe,
volunteered it?
I believe Summers.
He's majority English and
Yeah,
identifies as other.
he put Scotland, England, and Wales on there because he clearly wants us to put our foot in it. Basically, I think that's why.
Well, I quite like England.
I was born there.
Born there.
Yeah.
Um,
Where were you born? I think I know this.
Southsea, Portsmouth.
Oh, yeah. We were
Never
both
once. In what do you call it? It's the
St Mary's.
yeah, yeah. Which I don't
No,
think is that still there? I think it's something else now, isn't it?
it is. I think it's the one that's actually on Portsea Island.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a big old hospital anymore. I think it's much smaller. I'm not really sure.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know that. I think I I struggle to think of your existence before about age 9 because I'm quite self-centered.
As are all people.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I didn't know you were born there. I thought your folks had like come from somewhere else.
Oh, then we moved away to the countryside out west.
Gotcha,
And we came back later.
gotcha. And then came back. Okay, nice.
So England
Mm,
is one of the nations that make up. Well, no, not one of the nations. One of the countries that make up the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland,
yes,
which is a state. I'm not sure what a nation.
it gets
The
quite.
real definition is.
Yeah, there's a. I had a little map once. It gets a bit weird because there's all these different names. So there's British Isles, there's Great Britain, there's Britain.
I get all that, but it's like the definition of what's a nation or not.
Oh, okay. Because there's the whole thing of like our I say our England's I don't know them our bits elsewhere like the Falklands and Ascension I think like they're part of Great Britain but they're not part of the British Isles.
They're different. No, they're like part of the still same government and stuff. But there's like the independent overseas territories or something, or the British overseas territory, and then you have crown dependencies, which
Channel
makes it
Islands.
different.
Those
Yeah.
are. Oh no, they're Ballywicks, aren't they?
Again,
The
lots of
fuck's a
rules.
Ballywick?
I don't know. Well, the Channel Island apparently.
Mm, mm.
England is a nation.
England's a nation. We're a nation.
It's a nation. It's not an independent state.
Do you identify as
Arguably,
English?
I try and identify as British, but
Okay,
I'll
good, cool.
often identify as English. So it's more of an effort to identify as British. I'd rather identify as British.
Yeah, I'm less happy about identifying as British since Brexit. I think I liked to identify as a Brit in the context of a wider union of lovely countries who all were happy and lovely with each other. I don't really like identifying as an isolationist Brit. It don't sit right.
Don't give them the name. Also, you're not allowed to have an opinion.
I think I can. I think I can have an opinion on this. I don't think it's political in that it's attributable to a political party. Although
Headlines in 2 weeks. Ramona's taken over whatever government thing you work for.
I think we have Ramonas and Rastayas in all political parties. I don't think it's necessarily a political distinction. Although it was a particular political party what took us down this route. Just saying.
I think they were supported by some others. How about
Probably.
Oxit? Oxit.
Oxford? What? We're leaving Oxford?
No, Oxford is leaving.
What? Wow. We're
Exit.
declaring Oxford or Oxfordshire?
I think it has to be Oxfordshire because you need to be able to feed.
Mm.
Then you've got all the farms and a city.
So you want Oxfordshire to secede from Great Britain?
No, the United Kingdom. Great Britain's just a geographical thing.
Right. We secede from the United Kingdom.
We're still not rating England. We're just waffling.
That's true. All right, England. We. I like the place. I think it's lovely. We've got lots of fields and trees, and it's right nice. Like
I
lots of
think
coastlines
overall,
and seas and that.
England has contributed a lot. I think the empire was all over the place. I don't think the empire was horrifically bad all the time. I think
Not
it was
the
horrifically
English
bad.
Empire, though. Not the
No,
English
the
Empire.
British,
It's the British
England is
Empire.
part of the British Empire, so it's shared responsibility. I
Okay.
don't like it when folks from other home nations like, "Oh, the empire was bad," and we weren't a part of that. It's like, no, it wasn't English; it was British. Anyway, there were undoubtedly times when it was super horrible. It was an empire. So, for most of its history, it was not part of the English Empire.
Nope. British Empire.
Roman for a long time, British Empire. Um, it was a pretty minor state, sort of north of Europe.
We have been invaded by everybody.
No, that's not true.
England's been invaded by everybody. It's why our language is so fucked up.
No, that's empire because we went out and borrowed a lot.
No, but I mean, a lot of bits of it, like we got Germanic influences because the Vikings came over and
You got the Romans,
had to go. Right, all right, start early doors.
the
Romans,
Romans.
Romans.
Uh,
Then you got the French.
no, no. Then you got the Scandies before then.
True, Scandies. Yep, yep, yep.
So all of the Scandies, and then it's more Scandies, but they're from the north of France where they were holidaying
Yes. Yeah.
because the Normans are sort of French Scandi kind of people.
True. True.
Um,
True.
that's it.
We got the Vikings. There was some serious
No, they're before.
pillaging and rapage.
They're in the Scandi. They're in the Scandies bucket.
Okay. All right.
So I think the
That
Norman invasion is the last.
that is a not insignificant proportion of the known world who came over here and had a go.
I think some countries would like to talk to you. Countries like Poland, France.
What? Poland are going to come over here and get angry because I accused them of not invading us?
No, because you're saying we've been invaded a lot when they've been invaded a lot.
All right, but we've been invaded.
We haven't been invaded in nearly 1,000 years.
Poland's been invaded a lot. I'll give you that. But the invaders tend not to stay for very long on the grand scheme of things. Whereas most of the invaders who've come over here have sort of stuck around for hundreds of years and have inbred with the natives, although God knows what natives
I'm not,
comes to England these
not
days.
convinced that's true.
And that's why we've got so much of a Latin root in our language. It's why we've got Germanic roots in our language. It's why we've got some there's some interesting Mongol based dialect that we have. It's because everybody and their mums come over here
No.
and screwed all of our women.
No, we were not exceptional in how much we got invaded. And it hasn't happened recently. Because the sea is our ally.
It's been a while. Last time it was on the cards was probably World War II, right?
I feel like you're slamming your car in a blue badge spot when you've got a sprained ankle.
Maybe. I think we have a lot of influences in this country. We're going back to England. I think we are very, despite the efforts of some governments, a very multicultural country.
I believe I saw some stuff that said we are one of the most, or was like the least.
Oh well,
maybe.
I was very happy when you said most. I'm not so happy when you said least.
Like the most accepting of diversity,
Yeah.
race, gender.
We're good. It's because
I know it
we've got.
doesn't always feel like that if you're one of the people affected by that. But I think overall, the UK, of which England is a part, scores very well.
It's because we've got everyone, and the reason we've got everyone is because we went and invaded a load of places, and then part of the deal.
It was a mercantile empire.
Part of the deal when we went and invaded places. I mean, not immediately. When we invaded places, we tended to put the boot down pretty hard, but eventually we were like, "Well, you're part of the empire, so you know you got
I
free
think we
rights
should
to
draw a
come."
line between the British Empire and England.
Okay, you started it.
I did start it. So England, I feel overall a net contributor.
Yeah, yeah.
Overall, reasonably good neighbour in Europe.
Yeah. We're a country. I think we're a country of good people, which can be said for I think most countries.
I think people are on the whole good to middling neutral.
Yeah, we are led more often than not by people who might not be putting out the impression of England that a lot of us might like.
England hasn't had a leader for a long time.
Britain has. It's true. It's true.
We're not where it gets like a bit. Because England doesn't have any devolution. Now I get why, because all the power is centralised in London anyway, which is in England. So I'm not.
That's why everyone wants
to.
Everyone wants to devolve from us.
Yeah. So no, it doesn't.
Yeah, it do.
No, we don't have. There's no representation the other way. So England has no parliament, no leadership.
No, because we've got the parliament and leadership of Great Britain, basically.
But then we can't influence some affairs, but others can vote on the affairs that affect.
But if Scotland and Wales and I don't entirely know the situation in Northern Ireland, all decided to go for full-on devolution and bugger off, what we would be left with would be the government of Great Britain, which would then be the de facto government of England.
It's an interesting question, though. So let's say everyone does go. What
Mhm.
happens to the dependencies and the overseas territories and things like that?
Ooh,
But again, we're
yeah,
wandering off into not placing England on the grand scale of things.
we are. Okay, so England, are we
I think it's like,
geographically, I feel very privileged to have been born in England because it's a first world country and it's probably made my life a lot easier than it would have been if I had been born in a lot of other places.
agreed. In terms of geography
Mhm.
and related fields, the weather is mild,
It is.
slightly damp and grey, but it'll rarely try and kill you.
It's why we're favourites for data centers. People are putting data centers here because we're not overly tectonically influenced. We have temperatures that are not that different winter to summer. I know it feels like it, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge change.
Not on the grand scale of things.
So it's easier to figure out like how much cooling you need, stuff like that. And we tend not to have catastrophic events.
Nope.
Yeah,
It's a very, you might say dull. I might agree, but dull means safe.
it does. Yeah.
Um, there's some beautiful places. You know,
There are
there's
some very beautiful
Peak
places.
District, Lake District, some of the coastline, the seas, some wonderful forests that aren't
I mean,
walked for.
we've strayed out of England in our walking the length of the country
We are now.
thing, our dead men walking, but we will come back into England at some point, and if we don't, we're going to end up getting very wet feet as we go off the north coast of Wales.
So, yeah, again, it hasn't got like a Grand Canyon or the Alps, but it's got some nice things to look at.
It's got a lot of things. There's some great places like New Forest. Fucking love the New Forest. Great. It's quite near us, so I've had a lot of experience of it, but I love it. Peak District, bloody brilliant. Love it. Lake District, gorgeous. Lovely. Now, let's ignore the fact that Scotland does all of those things better.
I don't think it does.
What, mountainous areas,
Mountainous areas, yes.
big lake areas. They might not call
Um,
them lakes, but they're still fucking lakes.
no, I'm thinking about other. I don't know. I'm sure England's got some stuff they haven't up there.
England's got a
In
variety, I think. England's got a lot of Scotland has a lot of variety, but there tends to be a theme. Like you think of Scotland, you think of mountains.
big country.
Yeah. Whereas
But we can't
England,
talk too much about Scotland because we're just rating England.
and it's probably going to come up at some point. But England's got we got the forests. I mean, nowhere near as much as we used to have, but we got some forests. We got some mountains. We got some lovely coastline. We got
So I'm going to say overall,
hmm,
I quite like England. In terms of countries,
yeah,
it's done bad things. It's
yeah.
done good things.
It's got some good things.
I don't think overall it stands out on the bad side of history.
No, I think we've probably put more into the world than we've taken out.
Um, overall, rates of corruption on the lower side, inequality and stuff, not so awesome. But again, actually on the global scale, not as shocking as some places.
Worst places to be.
I'm gonna like Hitchhiker. You know, it's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay to fairly good.
yeah, yeah.
I think it would be fair to say that a lot of people would like to live here. Now, I really like Oxford
You do. Why do you like Oxford, Carl?
because Tolkien used to drink there. Because it's got lots of awesome pubs. It's got lots of amazing history. It's got pretty decent shopping. Because it sells lots of like D&D stuff. It's got some cool bookshops with all that kind of thing here in it.
Fuck you, Carl.
Oh. And because my best friends live there.
Yay!
Or they used to. Then they moved
Yeah, then
into
we
the
did.
surroundings.
We did move out. Yeah, that did happen.
But it's just a lovely, awesome, amazing, wonderful place. I've
It's
got
great.
good memories there. Stag do there. It's kind of welcoming. The police were nice to me when we got into trouble. Sorry. Really random LinkedIn invite. I should mute the computer.
Strip clubs
No,
could do with it
Oxford.
at work.
Well, they were great. Then they went away.
They didn't. They became
They got
burlesque clubs.
now they've got nice burlesque, and they've got a wonderful amateur burlesque scene.
They do. They
Hmm.
do. They have, yeah. Yes, which we are, I think, after the amount we've drunk with them, probably honorary members.
I think so. And there's lovely places to hike and walk around. Oxford.
There are. Getting up on the Ridgeway is great. It's easy to do.
Quality of living's good. Standard
Yeah.
of education's high.
Here's a hypothetical for you, Cal. We've spoken before about the lost years, the 5 years when I fucked off to Oxford, not to go to university. Don't let's get anyone on the wrong ideas around that. No, no.
I once, right, this is a tip to everyone who has been. I did once get given a business card by a guy in the tech industry who had his degree on there. Okay, that's fine. And he called out it was from Oxford in a particular college. Right, it's not.
In certain
That doesn't
circles, that does. There's a kudos associated with that.
know your audience.
In other circles, you're a wanker.
Yeah. Also, after several years in an industry, your degree means a lot less typically.
Yeah. If you're a graduate, fair play.
Yeah, if that's what you've done,
Yeah.
it's awesome. But if it's a decade later, okay.
Anyway, so going back to our hypothetical, our thought experiment.
Is this
The
going to help us
reason
place Oxford in the list?
it does, it should do. So the reason you have a relationship with Oxford is pretty much
Because of you.
because I moved here, right? And then
There.
you
There.
here, there. Well, yeah, you're right. I'm just outside. So I moved here, and you came up and visited, and you fell in love with the place, right?
Mhm.
Now, one of my big regrets in life is that we did have the lost years. Not that it's done us any harm, clearly. But would you have traded the lost years? Would you have those lost years back, but then not have Oxford in your life?
Oh.
Mm. Trick, isn't it?
I wouldn't, and here's why.
Mm-hmm.
Because you wouldn't be you. And we wouldn't have the geeks.
That's true. Well, we probably would have had some other ones, but they wouldn't been as good. Our geeks are good.
Oh wow.
Well,
You make a lot of enemies on this.
we are very gregarious people. We probably would have
Geek
made other
Squad,
friends.
15% of you watch this show, and I love you all. And I wouldn't trade you for some imaginary hypothetical equivalent geeks, like in Hot Fuzz when they're walking on the other side of the fence. And
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's the
I don't want the other people on the other side of the not Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the
I
Dead.
don't want the people on the other side of the Shaun of the Dead fence. I want you.
Yeah.
Sean apparently is.
No. These are my family. These people are my family. All
And
I'm
you
saying,
suggested they were fungible.
all I'm saying is, if we'd gone down the other leg of the trousers of time, and I hadn't moved to Oxford, and we didn't have the lost years, and we probably, Christ knows where we would have been. We would have, wherever it would have been sort of probably going out the Hampshire Portsmouth area to somewhere, and
I'm just looking forward to your apologies for the next episode.
I don't feel I have to apologize. I'm saying if we didn't have this group of lovely geeky friends who are my family, who I will spend the rest of my days loving and spending time with, right?
Who are irreplaceable.
That's yes. But if something else had happened, if we had gone elsewhere, it's not like
Which I'm super glad we didn't.
it's not like we would have been sat in a darkened room just for the two of us going, this is all we need. Like we would have met other people.
Wow. You're just doubling down.
I'm so happy with my one friend. No, we would have gone to pubs and met other people, you know?
And that's all it would have taken, geeks, to replace you. Is just go
But
to a
they
pub.
would have been as nothing compared to you, my family. They even got a spade.
Well,
I blame the 10% beer.
it's delicious, though.
You could spend a night on this and regret it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but you wouldn't regret it during.
God no, it's like it's ambrosia.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh,
good use of the term because
thank you.
it's Greek themed. But Neon Raptor is 2 for 2 for me so far. 3 for 2 for you because you
Oh yeah,
tried
no, I
Severed
had
Island.
what was it called? The other one, the one we got two of.
Severed Island?
Yeah, that's not a Neon Raptor beer. It's just one they happen to stock.
Oh, is it not?
No, but it is good.
Who's that by?
Not a clue. It's very tasty.
You sure it's not?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Oh no, it is. It's a collab, so it's partially them.
Oh, okay.
It's them and Seven Island Brewery, which makes sense. So it is a Neon Raptor still.
Good. The other one of the three we've got, which I can't remember the name of, is that also a sour?
It's retro. Is it retro gamer?
Because I feel, uh, you know how you really like a thing and then you do the thing a lot and then the thing's like,
It's retro racer. It's just an IPA. It's
okay.
not a soury thing.
Because we've got a lot of sours on the radar and I don't want us to get bored of them, you know?
No, but I am really enjoying the sour a
So
lot.
good. You're going to really like the Thingy Island one as well. Is delicious. I can see why they picked that one to give us instead of Fort Lauderdale.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
Okay, I'll find out.
yeah, I mean it's not as good as Fort Lauderdale, obviously, but it's similar.
Mm.
Yeah. I should take, while I'm on it, I could let you know what the things that we do have coming are. If I can find the email, there's some interesting things. Yeah, it was from a company called Tap Door. We have a beer called Purple Burglar Alarm. Love it. By a brewery called Farmyard Brew Co. We have Temptation, which is a tropical sour single by Hackney Church Brew Co. And the reason I went for that one is because it literally has Jesus on it going, you know it's going to be good.
Is Jesus on the wheel?
When was Jesus on a wheel?
Our wheel.
Oh, should we put him on the wheel?
Are we allowed to nominate? We need to. We need to. I need to go and help with dinner.
Yeah, and I need to go and watch Gladiators.
You do.
Um,
Isn't it start 60 seconds ago?
no, it starts at 10 I believe.
Let's rate
The
this
other beer
thing.
we have is Turning Point Brewery Company, Tangled Up in Blue single. Again, it's like a blueberry sour. It's going to be great.
I like
Anyway,
the name
right.
already. I like the name.
So we got these three things. We need to put these three things in order.
4.
We need to put these 4 things in order. Don't we rate the 3 things and then this also goes in the list?
Oh, all right, fine. But that's still rating 4 things.
Yeah, it is. All right. But we need to rate the 3 things against each other first. So we've got
Oh, okay.
Oxford, England, Top Gun Maverick.
That is the order that I would put them.
What? Worst to best?
Best to worst.
Top Gun Maverick worst.
Yes.
England in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Then Oxford.
Yeah, so Maverick's fun. It's a good movie. England, I live in. I think it's a pretty decent place overall. Oxford is one of my favourite places in England.
Yep.
So it's higher. So that's my order.
I'll probably give you that. I might consider swapping England to Top Gun Maverick. Not that I don't love England. I love England, but I really love Top Gun Maverick. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy we go Maverick because ultimately it's just a film. England, an entire country. Oxford, it may only be a city, but it's a fucking good city.
Pretty sweet city.
Well, that was easy. Right, now we need to slot them. So, Top Gun Maverick, make your bid.
I put it just above Hazy Jane.
Oh. What? Classic Hazy Jane?
Yeah, because I've been judged unfairly. I think it's an awesome movie. Technically, it's a great action movie. The flying is unparalleled in any other movie. I want to be like the actual. I can't take it back, but the actual plan makes no sense at all. Right? If they could send Tomahawks for the other stuff, they just send Tomahawks for everything. They could have had some other fighters for aircraft. But anyway, but ignoring that, it's a really fun film. Really fun. I like it.
Okay. So, between Hazy Jane and Jackhammer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not prepared to say I like a film, Top Gun Maverick, better than I like all Wales, because that feels wrong.
Oh no, the spreadsheet kid hasn't updated the spreadsheet.
Son of a bitch.
Spreadsheet
Useless.
kid, I'm super. This you are my source of truth.
Well, Wales is between Jackhammer and Silk Road.
Okay.
Do I love Top Gun Maverick more than Jackhammer? Just because I can't really get hold of Jackhammer anymore, and it's going to go down in history as something that was an epic moment in time for us.
And it came back for that final last.
Yeah, I'll agree. Yeah, all right. I'm happy that it's that high up. So Top Gun Maverick, twixt Hazy Jane and Jackhammer. All right.
Hopefully the spreadsheet kid will catch up.
Useless he is. Yeah. He's on the wheel. If he comes up during a time when he's not been keeping up to date, it's going to go a lot worse for him than if he is doing his job properly.
Fact.
Uh-huh. Okay, next up, England. Shall I go on this one? I'll go on this one.
You go, yeah, you go.
England, I think. No, but see, now, do I have to put it higher than Top Gun Maverick?
You don't have to.
I think I would put England just on, I'm going this purely on instinct. I don't have any real reasoning for this. I'd go England in between Grind and Ald Iper.
That low?
It's higher than middle.
Harsh. I'm sticking to my logic, so I had it above Maverick but under Jackhammer.
Mm-hmm. So you're going just literally one above Maverick.
Mm-hmm. So it's like two things coming in between.
So if we're going through the rule of average, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, there's 6 in between. So it should go somewhere in the Hazy Jane Pineapple Blockwork Tangerine area.
I'll let you choose where you want to slot it in around Pineapple. Above or below Pineapple is fine by me.
Yeah, somewhere in there. I'll go above Pineapple. I don't mind. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So England in between Hazy Jane Pineapple and Clockwork. Orange. Done. Oxford. Back to you. You go for it. For me to want to place Oxford, it feels a bit self-serving, even though I don't quite live there. But you, as a frequent visitor to Oxford, you still have that starry-eyed So you go for it. Where do you want Oxford?
High.
Mm-hmm.
Very high. Possibly straight to the top.
Ooh. Ooh. Now I'm thinking.
You know what? This is about being bold and whatnot and unresearched. So Oxford, I'm putting above Wingman.
Oxford number 1.
Oxford is a pretty epic place.
I sort of feel the same. My one concern is if Oxford is above Wingman, what do I use to symbolise Oxford that is now our smash cut icon?
I think it could stay Wingman.
It's a problem. Oh no, I just do an outline of
Could it be like a Tolkien with a pipe face?
Yeah. Sold. Although we do have Tolkien on the list as well, so that could get confusing.
That would be, yeah.
I'll figure it out. I'll find some kind of brilliant marketing page for Oxford and nick some of their icons.
General life tip advice: don't create problems for yourself that have not arrived yet and may never arrive. Planning for the future is fine. Thinking things through is fine. But like saying, what if in 10 years X and Y happens?
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if it's not important, like it's trying to find a different icon for Tolkien.
True. Although, past Sean, as a rule, likes to fuck me.
No, because I did the same, but it's because we were just borrowing lots of money from ourselves in the future, which was an active problem. We just deferred it.
Whereas Future Sean has a pretty level head, and I've never cursed out Future Sean in the ways that I've cursed out past Sean.
Past us.
Dicks.
Maximum.
Ugh.
Right.
Anyway.
So are you agreeing?
Yeah, no, I'll go. Oxford's the best thing in the world for now.
Let's summarize then.
Mm-hmm.
Of the things what we rated today,
Yarp.
Oxford was the best.
Yes.
Oh,
And
no, we haven't rated Hydrofight yet. We're not ready to
we're not
summarize.
done. Okay, we're nearly done. We're nearly done. There's 10 minutes until Gladiators, Carl.
I loved that Hydrofight.
Hydrofight was amazing.
I'm afraid I'm going to be a pain. I'm going to put it below Jackhammer,
Right.
but above England and Maverick.
I'm very much comparing it with Fort Lauderdale. I don't think it's as immediately gluggable as Fort Lauderdale.
I don't think you should glug a 10% beer.
New. But you could, because it doesn't taste like a 10% beer.
All right, let me take a more beer perspective. Nope, still.
I think. Oh, I've just had a reminder. Oh no! Watch Gladiators today, 5:40. It starts now. Okay,
Rapid fire.
right. So I think this beer should go above all of the other beers apart from Fort Lauderdale, but I'm not going to put it above Gen X. So I'm going to go between Neon Dream and Gen X.
So that needs to bring me up above Jackhammer to make it fair.
Well, where did you put it?
Just under Jackhammer.
So let's go better than all Wales. Not as good as Silk Road.
This is the spreadsheet kid's fault because I'm operating from a snapshot from about 4 weeks ago now. Kid.
So hang on, where are you putting it? Where's it going for you?
Well, I want it just under Jackhammer.
Just under Jackhammer. All right.
If you've got the latest list, I need to see the list.
I do. If you're putting it just underneath Jackhammer and I want it just underneath Gen X, then it is going to be, by the rule of average, it's going to be better than every single species of whales, but not as good as Silk Road, which is a beer that I feel is batting well out of its league.
I think it's batting above its average, playing out of its league, punching above its weight.
How would you feel
All these
about
things I
putting
totally
it?
agree.
I know it's not quite average, but how would you feel about putting it above Silk Road, just so Silk Road doesn't continue to benefit?
I need Silk Road to be toppled off its perch.
There we go. All right, in which case it will go between Silk Road and Neon Dream.
Deal.
Sorted. Let's not have a summary because I want to go and watch Gladiators.
No, super short one. The worst thing in the whole universe is Lost Guava Lager.
Fucking
The
awful.
best thing in the whole universe is Toppled Wingman finally, after all of its weeks on the top spot, and it is the city of Oxford.
Oh.
Because we love it.
Boom.
Watch
Done.
Gladiators.
I will do. Go do things with your family. You should watch Gladiators. It's brilliant. Probably. It might be shit. We'll find out.
We should add it to the wheel.
Ooh, we should.
Bye.
Bye.